Are you thinking about moving to Hanover, Massachusetts? Well, I am well prepared to tell you all about Hanover if you have been thinking about moving there. I actually live very close to Hanover in Milton, right up the road. I have friends that have lived there for years, so I know a lot about this town. I hang out there, I sell real estate there, and I can tell you everything you need to know about this beautiful town. In fact, I educate people all the time about what they need to know if they're also thinking about living there. So in this video, I'll be talking about everything about Hanover, Massachusetts. This will include things to do, real estate, the school system, the retail, restaurants, and so much more. Hi, I'm Katie Norton, and I'm a realtor in Massachusetts. And this channel is all about what you need to know if you want to live on the South Shore of Boston. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you are thinking about moving, please give me a call because I would love to help. So without further ado, let's jump right into everything you want to know about Hanover. So the thing about Hanover is it has a small town feel, but it's got all the big box stores that you're looking for. So the great thing about Hanover is it's got that small town feel that people are looking for, but it's got all the big box stores. I mean, if I need to get my phone fixed, I'm heading to Hanover to go to the Verizon. I happen to drive a Mercedes. If my Mercedes needs an oil change or anything, I'm headed over to the Mercedes dealership on Route 53. There's BMW dealership, Volkswagen dealership. I mean, I could name a bunch, but it doesn't have that overwhelming feel of an auto mile. It just has these sporadic different areas where you're going to find a Verizon, a Trader Joe's. Then you might find a nail salon. You will find the movie theater. You're going to find restaurants, retail, all the different things. There's furniture stores. There's antique stores. So this area combines the best of both worlds where you still have that really small town suburban feel, but everything at your fingertips. So this area that I'm talking about is called Route 53. It's well known throughout the Boston suburbs. So basically you get onto Route 53 and you can drive for miles south and head over to Pembroke and a few towns south of that. You can drive north and you're going to hit Norwell, Hingham, Weymouth. This is sort of this side road, but it can connect you either all the way up to Boston or all the way down towards the Cape. On 53, the part that's sort of dedicated to Hanover, there used to be called the Hanover Mall. This was a place that was an indoor, old-fashioned 80s type of mall. In the early 2000s, I would bring my kids there because they actually had merry-go-rounds and like places where the kids could sort of roll around and play, while I could also go over and go to Walmart, go to Target, go to a few other places, go to Macy's, go to those bigger stores that were in the mall. Just recently, they leveled the entire mall and they have created this incredible multi-use space, all outdoor, all brand new, all beautiful, with much, much more like higher end stores. You're going to find your Trader Joe's in there. You're going to find your movie theater. You're going to find your Talbots, your Ann Taylors, those sort of stores, but it's just a wonderful destination place to go. You can bring the kids. There's going to be coffee shops and sandwich shops. Speaking of restaurants, there's a couple great ones right along Route 53. One of my favorites is Alba on 53. The space is actually enormous. And when I first saw it, I thought, yikes, that restaurant is enormous. I don't know. And then I got in there and it is just the quaintest, sweetest space to go and have lunch. You can have lunch outside. You can have dinner outside. And the owner of Alba on 53 is Leo. And if you see him, you make sure to tell him that Katie Norton sent you. So let me tell you a little bit about why Hanover has that small town feel. The reason that I think it has such a small town feel has a lot to do with the culture of Hanover. A lot of the families are generational. I think we all know what that means. That means that a family started there, they raised their kids there, now their kids went to high school, graduated college, came back, brought their families back, and now we have grandparents, parents, and grandchildren all living within the same town. I love this idea. It really helps with school spirit and just things that are happening around town. As an example, Hanover Day, which is a super popular day that brings all the families together, and they just celebrate the love of their community, of this beautiful place. A lot of the families will come back and live here for the rest of their lives. If you're wondering, the population of Hanover is just about 15,000. That gives it that really tight-knit community, small feel, large enough to get to meet different people of different backgrounds and a lot of diversity. So with a population of 15,000 people, it's easy to see why you're going to need at least 2 elementary schools. According to niche.com, Hanover has been rated an A- amongst all public schools. 2 elementary schools are K through 5. The middle school is going to be 6, 7, 8. And then you've got your traditional high school grades 9 through 12. Speaking of the high school, Hanover High School is one of those towns that prides its students, I should say. They're really proud of their blue and gold, and they are proud of their mascot, the Hawks. So Hanover High School is one of those schools with a lot of school pride, a lot of school spirit. So we all know that they are blue and gold, and we all know about their mascot, the Hawk. As I always say in all of my videos, these South Shore public schools have phenomenal ratings, but there's a lot of families that still choose to send their kids to private schools. Hanover is a town with that same exact setup. You still have access to Thayer Academy, Milton Academy, BC High, Notre Dame for girls, Tabor Academy if you want to be down in Marion, down on the way down south. There's plenty of access to those private schools. It's really just a personal choice up to your family. Do you want to go with the Hanover public schools, or do you want to choose one of the private schools? So now let's talk about Hanover, Massachusetts, and how location-wise it pertains to Boston and where it's located on the map. So if you're looking at a map, you're going to find that Hanover is 30 to 45 minutes southeast of Boston. You would follow 93 down to Route 3, and that is really the most accessible route to Hanover. If we zoom into Hanover, you can notice that it's a little bit further from the coast, and it's a little bit further from Boston than some of the other towns on the South Shore that I've discussed in some of my videos. So some of those videos that you can go check out and see more about were the towns like Milton, Cohasset, and Hingham. All of these towns have a little more accessibility and public transportation back into Boston, and they are a little bit closer to the shore. Hanover, as it sits, is just a little bit further west into the state, away from the shore. As you can see on this map, Hanover is just off of Route 3, and you can see there's a couple towns that border it. Rockland is to the west, and Pembroke is to the south. Although it may seem a little further away on the map, you can still get in and out of Boston with ease. As I said, a 30 to 45 minute drive just really depends on what time of day you go and what kind of traffic. As you can also see, the further south you go in Hanover, the closer you're going to get to Cape and Islands. So a lot of people who have Cape and Islands homes tend to buy homes in Hanover as their primary residence because it's easy accessibility down Route 3 and over the bridges. So in addition to all the other things that I mentioned, the retail, the restaurants, all the other things to do in Hanover, there's a lot of outdoor things to do in Hanover. One of my favorite things to do is to go for long walks or bike rides. One of those places that you can do it is Forge Pond Park. One other great place to check out if you're visiting or thinking about moving to Hanover is Norris Reservation. It's a beautiful place to take a walk, lots of scenic routes. It's right along the North River, so beautiful places to sit, have a little picnic lunch if you feel like it. If you are thinking about moving to Hanover, obviously know already about our New England winters. Here's the thing. We have plenty of outdoor space for the spring, the summer, and the fall in all of the South Shore, and you have access to all of it if you're living in Hanover. But the thing is, those cold winter months sneak up on us, and we as New Englanders still need our exercise. We still need our vitamin D. We still need places to go. So here's the thing. If you're thinking about moving to Hanover, I have two spots for you. The South Shore YMCA, which was built in Hanover just about 15 or 20 years ago. And it is state-of-the-art indoor facility with tennis courts, indoor pools, a workout facility, a childcare facility. They sponsor camps for the community during the summer. It's actually a full year-round place, but specifically, I found this place to be so amazing when it came to January, February, March, and sometimes April. I would bring my family there. I would meet up with friends. We would take tennis lessons. We would run around and just burn off some energy. If you are thinking about moving to Hanover, please don't hesitate to check out the South Shore YMCA. It is a fantastic place to become a part of. The other place that I highly recommend if you're thinking about Hanover, it's called the Weymouth Club. So this is located just about a 15-minute drive up the highway, probably not even that far, but the Weymouth Club is a privately owned club. And when I tell you state of the art, they are on to every single trend that you can even imagine when it comes to wellness and working out. So as an example, you could spend a whole day at this club. You could show up, you could get your workout done. You could then go and get a massage, or you could take a Pilates class. You could then go shower. You could go jump into their business center. You could do a Zoom call with clients. They would never know that you were at your club. Then you could finish that, run over. They have a beautiful restaurant, and then just like a lunch place, like for easy takeout. Do that, come back, meet your friends for pickleball, meet your friends for tennis, drop your kids off at the daycare if you have to go pick them up at school, school and then get them home. You could meet your friends for an afternoon. This is the type of club that's more of a social club, but it checks every aspect of the wellness and the workout, healthy lifestyle trend that everyone's looking for. So if you are thinking about moving to Hanover, and if you are thinking spending time in our New England winters, you need to check out one of these clubs because they are going to provide you with that right amount of feeling like you've seen the sun, you've got some vitamin D, you've got some energy. So I can't recommend it enough. And if you need more information, just feel free to give me a call about those two places. But enough about that. I could literally go on forever about that. But something else that I could go on forever about, real estate. So let's get started talking about the Hanover real estate market. According to Zillow.com, as of September 2024, the average home in Hanover, Massachusetts is just under $800,000. This makes it more affordable than some of the other towns that I've mentioned before. And the reason being, as I said before, it's just a little bit further south away from Boston, and it's just a little bit further west away from the coast. This is going to affect the real estate market dramatically. And so when you are looking at Hanover, you're going to be looking at a similar price point that you were in some of these other towns closer to Boston, but you are going to get so much more square footage and land for your dollar amounts. So for all these reasons, this is what makes Hanover such a wonderful place to live if you're looking for a suburb that's outside of Boston. So if you're thinking about moving to Hanover or any of the South Shore areas, please give me a call. I would love to help you, and I'd love to educate you more on any of these towns. As you can probably tell from some of my videos, I am super enthusiastic about talking about the South Shore, living on the South Shore, and all of the surrounding areas in Boston. This channel is not just about getting views. It's not getting about clicks. It really is because I love living here and I want to share that experience with all of you. And so I would love to connect with you on anything. So please don't hesitate to reach out. I want to be a resource for any information that you need about the South Shore. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And for anything you need, please give me a call. I hope this video was helpful for you. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.